When Jake Paul and Andrew Tate announced their fight, I expected that to be the biggest match of the year. However, a new lineup was just announced, and they are two of the biggest names in the industry. KSI and IShowSpeed announced they'd be fighting January 21st. Speed has been speedrunning YouTube. I didn't mean for that to be a pun, but he's been a part of a large number of major events and he's a leading force for YouTube live streams. Meanwhile, KSI has been a major figure for years and continues to lead the platform with his friends. To sum it all up, I think it's going to be a really great match. Do you remember that robot Sophia? It took the internet by storm because it was the first artificial intelligence, the first robot in history to think for itself. Well, it joined an esports league. The robot made history as the first machine to be granted citizenship in Saudi Arabia, and to be honest, I genuinely don't know why the creators had to join an esports league. Probably just for the publicity, but even then, having a literal robot play in a tournament should violate some sort of rule, right? Either way, I didn't expect this. You probably know Rainn Wilson, a lead actor for The Office. Well, he changed his name to Rainfall, Heatwave, Rising Sea Levels, Wilson. He himself said it was a cheap stunt to try and save the planet. To be honest, I don't see why I should care that a millionaire actor changed his name. As serious of an issue as it is, him changing his name only really serves to bring his name to the spotlight. Literally. I don't know, maybe I'm just a downer who doesn't understand, but what's your opinion? Recently, Adidas announced that Yeezys would be back, but with a new name, and Kanye would have no involvement with the new shoes. So basically, they're just taking his designs and slapping a new label on them. I know Kanye is going to find a new distributor for his shoes with the Yeezy label, however the shoe designs are owned by Adidas. I honestly don't know how similar Kanye's new shoes can be to his old ones, or if Adidas will even sell nearly as much of their knockoffs. But what I do know is that it's a bit scummy to drop Kanye but keep his designs. Well, I guess it's just business. What do you think? Will the Adidas knockoff Yeezys compete with Kanye's Yeezys? It's been a long road, but MrBeast has finally surpassed the myth, the legend, the former king of YouTube, Pewdiepie. Mr. is and always will be a legend amongst YouTube viewers and creators alike, but it's only natural that someone would take his spot, and there's no better person to take it than MrBeast. I don't need to tell you the level of influence MrBeast has, the way he's revolutionized YouTube, and how much work he's put in to get to this point. So all I will say is, congratulations. You deserve every single subscriber, MrBeast. And hey, Pewdiepie is still the single largest independent YouTuber. What happened to this former Fortnite pro is absurd. The chap's account was falsely flagged as fraudulent, and because of this, he was terminated from the Twitch ad program. Because Twitch pays at the end of the month, he had a large sum of money waiting in his account. But poof, it was all gone. Twitch essentially stole his money. Thankfully, after a bit of time, he was able to rejoin the ad program. However, the large sum of money that was missing was still missing. Now, after he dug up all this dirt on Twitter, they did return his money to him. So, that's a win. A popular VTuber historian, depressed Nousagi, was recently exposed for posting the past lives of several prominent VTubers on his Patreon. He has since come out with a heartfelt video and confirmed that yes, he told the full story of these VTubers and their journeys, and that also entails their lives before VTubing. He claimed to do it without malicious intent and only shared their previous personas, not their private info. He deleted his Patreon and chose to step away from the internet. I do think it was kind of scummy of him to post their past lives, but at the same time, he didn't share any private info. He made obscure info more accessible. It's still a bit scummy though. Now, as it stands, Mick Gordon was seen as one of the greatest video game composers of all time, until 2020 when Doom Eternal dropped. You see, Doom Eternal had a lackluster soundtrack, but that wasn't what hurt his career. He's been doing this since 2002. Having one flop in all that time is hardly worthy of note. Marty Stratton, an executive producer at id Software, came out on Reddit and threw Mr. Gordon under the bus. He claimed the soundtrack's failure was Mick's fault. He was difficult to work with and in general was a terrible person. 2 years after that, Mr. Gordon dropped his manifesto disputing Mr. Stratton's claims. He alleged Stratton used his name without his consent, and lawyers even offered him a large settlement after the fact, yet he felt the truth was more important than the cash.